Hi, I'm just coming on very quickly for a bit of a dating chat just to warn you ladies or men out there of things I've come across. But I've just gone live because I've just tried to video this, record it, and it's shut off because I haven't got enough space or whatever. I need to delete some stuff, so I thought I'd do it on here a little bit longer. But Finn's at nursery, so I won't be on here long. But his dad's picking him up. I've got a couple of hours yet. But yeah, look at my hair. I keep going on about my roots, but look at them silvers. I'm itching to dye it, but I sort of want to leave it, and that's how much it's grown as well since I dyed it. But ladies, I was just saying, be careful if you're on any dating sites like Tinder or whatever, which I've gone back on and a bit like I'm on and off of it, and I'm like, oh, there are actually some alright people looking on it now, sort of thing. Like new people, I mean, not alright looking, I mean new people. Hi, whoever that is. Oh, hi Sandy. I'm just talking about dating because this week I've had, what's that saying about, oh, you're waiting and then like two buses come along when you're only waiting for one. It's been a bit of one of them weeks where there was a guy I was talking to on Tinder, then we went to WhatsApp, spoke a bit there, just text, said we'd meet up. He's from Yorkshire or somewhere, I can't remember. Then that sort of dwindled off and I don't know what happened. And then a guy from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, who is a friend that I know, but is always thanking me for being nice to him and stuff and helping him through trying to make him be positive when he came out of a relationship, texted me the other night, and texted me twice and just started going on like, thanks, and I'll never forget, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, right, I thought it was years ago, you don't have to keep thanking me twice this week. Then the guy that dwindled off a couple of weeks ago got in contact with me last night and was like, really sorry, I'll have to take you out for tea or something. No, we've never met yet, but I'm like, then I sort of spoke to someone yesterday. I said, I'm ringing you because I need to hear the voice sometimes. And he seems all right, but he hasn't got back. He said he's a bit shy, but I was just like, oh. And then who else? Oh, and then an American guy, I said the other day, got in contact with me on Facebook. Like some people just pop up on Facebook, like want to friend request you. And I get that quite a bit anyway, because if any of you are watching me on here or whatever, I've said if you want to come on and say hi and you want to come on the what's it called? Touch a Magic page. They'll have to friend request me. So sometimes I think it's people doing that, and I'll check the profiles first. So this guy's picture, I was looking for him and I thought, well, let me tell you a story about the American guy if you've not heard of it. The other year, was it last year? I think it was last year. I was on Tinder. And I don't care what people say about online dating. I'm on and off it. It does me head in at the same time, but I don't go out a lot to meet people. A lot of people do meet on internet sites because if you're not out a lot, how do you meet someone? But the other downside of that is I think it's easier for people to cheat and stuff when they're on there because, you know what I mean. Anyway, so I see this American guy who's in the army. Me being a bit gullible, not anymore. And was like, ooh, went through his pictures. He had quite a few pictures because sometimes if it's someone saying something, they only have one picture, you think, well, why have they not got a couple of pictures? And then we got talking and he seemed really nice on text and he sent me more pictures and I thought, oh, he's got a few pictures. And even his texting, I know this sounds stupid, sounded American. Certain words he was saying, like, what were the words he was saying? It was just certain words that sounded Americanified, and I thought, And I was looking into things because there's scammers, there's American scanners, there's African scammers. There's a lot of people who scam and they take the pictures of someone else's profile, like catfish. If you know what catfish is all about, it is the same as that. I got catfished last year, basically. I got talking to this guy. He seemed really nice, and he said he was in Nigeria helping with helping the soldiers over there to train, and he even showed me pictures of him there and the Nigerian soldiers, whatever they were training, sort of thing. And I did think pictures looked a bit weird, a bit grainy. You have to be careful online, but this was like, what they do is, what he did basically, he was sending pictures. We were talking for months, and obviously we'd got a bit of a liking of each other through pictures and text. But I kept saying to him, because you must ask people, can we do a phone call? Can you do Skype? And he kept saying, oh no, we can't do this. But I got told off a soldier who was American, who was dating one of my friends at the time, and he was over here and he was actually real. He was American and he was a soldier. Said, yes, they can. They can Skype. They do have certain things they can do. And this guy kept saying no. And I kept thinking, oh, maybe it's the internet over there, like the connection or something. And he was like, no. But in my head, I kept thinking, no, I've looked into it. I've asked him a few questions. Then, one day, his sergeant friend requested me sort of thing. And he said, oh, he's called blah de blah. Oh, it's awful, and it's so awful getting catfished. And he was talking to me, but looking back now, basically what happened is we built up this relationship only talking and sending pictures and talking a lot to each other. And it was quite tiring because it was at different times. And I used to think, oh, well, it's because he's over there helping out, this, that, and the other. And then near the time, he kept saying he wanted to come to England when he gets off his post from over there and come and see me, blah, blah, blah. And I was getting all excited thinking, oh, my God, American soldier. But I did ask him certain questions about his uniform, and he did send a picture of his uniform, and this other friend said, yeah, it's the right uniform, it's this, that, and the other. But basically, long story short, it wasn't him. He'd even made a fake account on Facebook, and I'll tell you about that in a minute, what to look for. Because I asked him, he sent a picture, this might sound really mad, and this is where I thought, after about 9 months of talking, not on the phone, because he never phoned, which is weird, so make sure they're phoning you, Skyping them and whatever. If they can't for some reason do it, it's bollocks, because he had a picture of himself on a tank, right, with glasses on. And he said to me, because a lot of people always say, I think it's my eye makeup, if I'm on Tinder or anything, the first thing a guy normally says to me, like third question in is, you've got really nice eyes. So I'm like, thanks. And he said, I love your eyes. And I said, yours are really nice, because he had nice blue eyes. This person, who I thought was the guy I was talking to, the picture of the guy. But I said, I can't see them because you've got your glasses on, which sort of were around his helmet on the tank because he had his uniform on. And I thought, and I said, so you should send a picture. And this is where I was trying to test him, trying to think, And he said, oh, I can't take them off because something about the uniform. And I thought, he could have just took them off quickly, there and then, and took a quick picture as he just took one before. So why can't he? I know that sounds stupid. Why can't he just take a picture and show me his eyes? But he couldn't. And there was just little things. I mean, even when he said he was flying over, what flight he was coming on, he said where he was landing. I Googled it because my dad used to be in the army, and he said he was telling me where the barracks were. So I am a bit naive at times, but I was trying to really look into it because I knew there was this scamming thing going on, and it's still going on now. So basically, the day he was coming over, he said he was flying. I never heard from him. I asked for his details of his flight, and could he send me a picture of his ticket so I knew which terminal to go and meet him. I thought it was going to be one of them romantic. Don't get me wrong, there are people out who do this as in they have met somebody real, a soldier or whatever, and they have had a long distance relationship and they have met up at the airport and it's all that romantic thing. But let's face it, that never happens to me. So, and it didn't. It never came, and it would have been lovely if it was real and all that, the things he said. But basically, he said he couldn't, then he was getting on a different flight and it wasn't this army flight and this, that and the other. And I'm sure he said something about he was coming in his uniform, and I don't think you can do that these days. So basically, I got scammed. And one of the biggest things is my friend said as well, look on Facebook, because I did tell my friends about it. Look on Facebook and look at his Facebook page. And I didn't even twig because I wasn't looking properly on there. It was only made, so like it was last year, in May, he just made that a few weeks up. Like, say I started talking to him at the end of May, he made a profile up at the beginning of May. And there wasn't much on it. There was no friends. And this American guy who just got me the other day, talked to me on Facebook the other day, he had no friends. No friends on it, no one commented, nothing. The pictures look very grainy. Because basically what they do is, they find pictures, like on Catfish, of people, could be me or you. They take loads of them pictures, videos, whatever, and they make a fake profile. So it looks like someone's got a profile there, this person, but when you actually look into it, no one's commenting and stuff because it's not real. You know, if you've got friends on Facebook, people comment on your pictures or like, there was nothing. And when I actually looked at the pictures, they were grainy because he'd obviously took the picture maybe off his phone, off the computer and stuff like that. So yeah, it's true. So this guy the other day, only 2 days ago or something, friend requested me on here, and there was me thinking, oh, it's probably someone off YouTube who's seen me and they want to come on, and I'll just look through the profile. And he texted me and he said, oh, I just saw your profile on Facebook. You know, like he must have just seen it pop up. He liked the look of me, so he friend requested me. So I said, all right. He said, I hope you're not angry. He said, no, no, no. So he was like, I'm a cardiac arrest surgeon or whatever you call it. I said, all right, because I thought, here we go. Just see what it says here. But he's in London, right? So I thought I'll go. See, getting scammed last year has made me realise now what I'm looking for. So it's a good job in a way. Things happen sometimes, and I was hoping it was real, but it wasn't. But in a way, it was good because things happen for a reason, and I now know what to look for. So next minute, it goes to me. Anyway, I'm not on here a lot, and I'm going to Syria, is it, to help with the soldiers and stuff over there. And I thought, not another one. And he went, what did he say? He went, so I'd like to keep in contact by email. I thought, F off. Do you know why? Because that other guy, a lot of them say that in the army. They want to eat your email address because they want to start emailing you. And they say they get the sergeant has to email you because they want you to start sending money. He didn't, but he would have done in the end. I think he would have said his flight was late. He needed money to come over because that's what they do. They start asking for little things like care packets, and then it gets bigger and bigger, like they can't get over, they needed money. And a lot of women have sent them money, you know, because they think it's a real relationship and they think it's a real person because this person has a Facebook account, they're sending lots of pictures and all stuff like that, and it's a load of bollocks. So as soon as this guy the other day said to me, I keep in contact on email, I thought, don't get me wrong, he might be real, but I've checked his Facebook. No friends on it, no friend list. Nobody's commented on nothing. Yeah, there's pictures and there's even videos of him talking, but that's nothing. Someone could take my video and it's me talking now. And I just thought, oh my God. He's just seen me on Facebook on a profile and thought, she looks all right. I'll sort of try and like go and play her sort of thing. So watch out for it. Watch out for people's, if you get talking to anyone and they say they're on Facebook, go and check the whole Facebook account out. Make sure, you know, if they've got no friends and people commenting and it just seems to be pictures with nothing on it, it's bound to be dodgy. And that's how they do it because they start, I had another friend who met a guy on one of these dating sites, not Tinder, another one, Badoo or something. And she kept going, oh, look at him, he's really good looking and this, that and the other. And he was, but he only had one picture. And he said he was a surgeon in the army. Blah, 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 and all this. Next minute, I kept saying, be careful, because this guy did this to me. You've got to ask him this, ask him that. So he had a good job because he was a doctor, right? Next couple of days after, he kept saying he wanted to marry her a week in. I thought, well, that's alarm bells because what's going on there? Then he texted her and said, I've got to tell you something. I've been in a crash. It's your fault, so you'll have to help with it because I was thinking of you or something stupid, he said. And I've knocked over a little girl and she's in hospital, but I can't afford it. I need the money to pay for the insurance or whatever. He was a doctor. You ran this girl over and was blaming my friend because he couldn't stop thinking about her. Exactly. But he was a doctor. And I thought, oh my God. And I said to her, he's a scammer. I said, where are all his pictures? He said he had a little boy and this, that and the other. He had no pictures up, you know, like you'd show your kids, or he hadn't shown her his son. He'd showed her no other pictures apart from this really good looking guy in a blue jumper. Obviously it's to attract the ladies. The people are jokes, but that's what they do because it's normally people in other countries who maybe don't have a lot of money and they try and scam women, especially single women who are feeling lonely because they know women can be a bit soft. And I was a bit naive when I got talking to this guy, but I've learnt my lesson and I know what to look for now. So there's always a silver lining in something, even if you're upset about something. I know now the sort of things to look for. He was really good, don't get me wrong, because he's probably done it a few times. He was really good at coming back with stuff and this, that and the other, but it was just little things. And I thought, like the glasses, and there were some other things. And I thought, no, this doesn't add up. So I deleted him straight away. It could be him, that guy, that American guy the other day, could be him redoing another one because he knows who I was on Facebook trying to set another one up. But I can see it now. But this week's just been mad. I had him. I had this other guy who wants to take me out for tea, and I'll have to see now and then. I was at the bank the other day and I was stood there, you know, when you sense somebody, and I sensed this person, I didn't see this person, and someone stood next to me at the bank and I thought, and then all of a sudden he went, hi, and I turned around and went, hiya, and I felt so stupid. It was a guy that I went on a date with a few months back. He lives in my area, but I ended up thinking, nah, he's not for me, and he kept texting me a few weeks ago and I was like, oh God, yeah, I've been popular this week, but it's really weird because when you want to sort of date, you're looking for someone, and then when all this week everyone's been mithering me, I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I can't be bothered. But, and then there was another guy. He was really good looking, and he matched me on Tinder yesterday, and I've had a look at his profile on Facebook, and he looks real, but he looks a bit, I don't know, too good looking, and like, I don't know, I don't know. And then, I don't know, it's just mad. All this week I've just been getting people coming out of the woodwork who I thought had gone off the planet and not bothered with me anymore. And they're all like, oh, hi. And I'm like, what's going on this week with everybody? But I just want to say, ladies, don't let it put you off internet dating. Just be aware. If people haven't got a lot of pictures, it's not with everyone. If people have not got a lot of photos, or they're making excuses why, yeah, when you're looking to date, don't find someone, then you're not bothered. Everyone's there. If they're making excuses, especially if it is a soldier, and I'm not saying all soldiers on there, if the soldiers on there are not soldiers and they're not American aware of the same from, but a lot are scammers. And you can tell as well, because right at the beginning they'll start saying how much they love you and they want to be with you, and you're thinking, Jesus, like, I've only been speaking to you for 2 days, but they'll be really full on. And then if they start asking for little bits of help with gifts, especially if they're not American soldiers, you know, like you can give gift things like toothpaste and stuff like that. Start with little things, then it gets bigger, and then they come out with all these stories about how they're not getting help in the army, blah blah blah. But look out for any excuses of why they can't ring you on the phone, you can't speak to them on the phone or Skype, because soldiers can do that because they do it to the families. They do have time to do that sometimes. Not obviously they're out doing something, but look for, if they keep saying excuses. I have another friend whose sister was talking to a guy from Ireland, and Ireland's not that far away, for about 1.5 years. And she never met him because he kept making an excuse why he couldn't come over. I said, he's only in Ireland. And they never spoke to each other through Skype. I can't remember if she said they phoned each other, but to me that's like, is he married? Or was he just like, do you know what I mean? Just be very careful if they make any excuses up why they can't Skype or ring you, or you can't ring them and hear the voice on the phone. Because that also made me think that this guy was Nigerian, where he was saying he's from, and he would have had an accent, and I would have thought that he's not American, if you know what I mean. And it's a shame as well, because some people take pictures of dead soldiers and they use it, and it's disgusting. I think that is disgusting. Some people won't even know that, like on Catfish, that someone has took their pictures and used them to try and, you know, get somebody. And the funny thing was as well, he said he was 40. Well, this guy put a picture up of this other guy that wasn't him. And I kept thinking he looks a bit younger, and he obviously was. I was thinking, God, he looks good for 40. But yeah, it's just to be aware, because I've been quite naive in the past. Now I look for certain things. It's made me. I think that's why maybe I've had a few not so good dates and stuff like that, because it's set me up to be more aware of what I'm actually looking for, and the bullshit that some men, not all men, can feed you. So if anyone asks for money or anything like that, it's a no-no. If they can't ring you, they don't want to speak to you on the phone, anything like that, asking for emails. Not all people, but there's just certain things you've got to be aware of when you're online dating, or even normal dating. So I don't know what I'm going to do about people I've been talking to, and the guy that wants to take me for tea. I'll have to see how I feel now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very gullible, but it's made me not be that gullible now. I'm not that gullible now. I do have a radar on my head now called the bullshit. The bullshit radar. I think I was saying on Touch Magic the other day. The bullshit radar. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So don't let it put you down if you've been gullible in the past like me, and you've thought, oh God, I can't be doing this dating malarkey. It just makes you see through the bullshit, and it just makes you learn. So, you know, love it. Yeah, bullshit radar. So, yeah, Sandy, just get your bullshit radar on your head and you'll be fine. So I'm going to go now, because I'm, obviously this will be recorded for after. It's just not working. I've been making my little, I think this one I showed before, a little fox. And my little bits up there. My table's a shit tip as usual because I'm just about to do some crafty bits. Oh, hi, Sue. Yeah, bullshit radar, as we like to call it. Oh, just while you're there, Sandy, I will knock some money off your order because if you still want me to put the little Foxy journal away for you, the plain one, because I had trouble painting on the wood and the stuff I was using, I've just turned it into an owl. So if you want the owl one, it's a little bit cheaper because I didn't hand paint the fox on it. If it was hand painted, it'd be a little bit dearer. So it'll be cheaper. But I'll let you know that when if you're going to order it. I'll still keep it to the side, but be a little bit cheaper because I've not hand painted the fox. But I shall try that again. And I might be doing some tags and stuff for Christmas, but more themed on like spiritual, cutie, fairy, witchy little tags for Christmas. And I was having a go at, if you saw my little drawings today, but they'll have different things on. Little cutie things like that. Might be doing like little tags and stuff. And I'll say I was having a rest, but that's why I came on and thought I'd talk about this little dating malarkey. I haven't got Finn this weekend, so I probably will be coming with something. I'll try for a nature walk tomorrow after I've took Finn to nursery. I'll try if it's not too wet because I just might go and get some more pebbles, and I want to get some little in the visitors shop for 10p. It's like these little maps that I want to put in some journals. They're really cute. And then he's at his dad's tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow for a normal chit chat. And then Sunday I'm definitely doing live Happy Soul Sunday and stuff like that. But I feel better today. I was just feeling a bit tired. Finn's getting on really well at nursery. He's the first one in. He's the first one out, but he's the first one in. He loves it. He said the other day, he went, "Get me in now." He just loves it. He just goes, "Bye." He just goes off. He's not bothered. But his dad's picking him up today because he was at his nana's. So he's picking him up and having him for... He doesn't have him today, but because he's at his mum's sorting something out, which is down the road from his nursery, he's having him for a couple of hours and coming back after tea. So I've got a couple of hours to get crafting. I've got a load of crap out on my table, like I do, and then I'm just going to think what I'm going to make because that's how I work. I don't know. I think I've got my earrings in that I made a few weeks ago. I've got a few of these in different colours. I think I've got the blue ones. I might be doing at weekend a live, if I can get some stuff made up, a live sort of, how would I say it, a live show and tell shop on my shelf up here. Ooh, do you like my mugs that I got off his nana? I might be doing some of the things that I've made, but I'll show you live so you can see like live shopping sort of thing. Don't know. I have changed my altar again for the umpteenth time because it's just gone a bit minimalistic this time. I've moved my cauldron down there. Don't know if you can see it, just because it sits nice there. And I don't always use it as much now, but I use it. But I like to use my incense and stuff, so I've just done this. I'm still got my crystals because at the minute I seem to be using. I'll be using my crystal grid, my little incense in the morning and stuff. But I'll talk about that again. Oh, and the only other thing is I might be making this weekend. I've got a few. I made these ages ago, witch's bottle. They're really cute. This one's for love. I have took it around in my bag sometimes, but I might be doing some necklace ones. Obviously not this big, but I might be doing some protection sort of like, I don't know what to call them yet, but bottles like this, but more of like a homely one to put in your home if anyone's interested. But yeah, they are quite cute. I've had this one for quite a while, but I might be doing some of them. I don't know, it just comes to me in the day and at night and all the time, all this crafting. That's why I've been a bit tired. So whoever's on, Sandy and Sue I saw, whoever sees this after, I shall see you tomorrow. Obviously, the walk will be on Touch of Magic. If nobody knows what that is, if you're into the witchy persuasion or spiritual, that sort of thing, you can find me on Facebook, Janine Flannery, and then I can add you to Touch of Magic, which is more like just a secret page. Like, we just post things about, it could be spirituality, witchy things, if anyone's interested in that. It's called Touch of Magic, but it's magic with a K at the end. But yes, and I'll see you soon. I'll probably see you tomorrow because I'm feeling a bit zooped up again. I just get, when I'm working a lot on my crafting stuff and coming on YouTube, if you don't do YouTube videos, it can be very tiring, especially if it's taking ages to download this, that and the other, set up, blah blah. That's why I'm holding it today. I can't bother setting it up. And you know, I do a lot of videos because, you know, I have time to do them. It's going to be a bit harder to get some done soon because I said I've got to start doing, got my new nails on, doing my nails course and getting that sorted. But I'll squeeze them in where I can. But I'm definitely, tomorrow I'll try the walk, and then Happy Soul Sunday on Sunday Live. But yes, I'll see you soon and have a nice evening. And I need to go and read my book tonight because I've left that for a couple of days, and stick some pictures in. Bye Sue, bye Sandy, bye anyone else who's watching. See you soon, bye.